Hi.
Hi, it's Janine at Twincident on Twitter, and I'm with Chef Tony, who's at Chef Tony on Twitter, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions. We're having a DC tweet up tonight here, so he was nice enough to thank you for having me into the kitchen.
Very few people get behind this stuff.
Yes, you know. And I'm burning up already. So I have a couple of questions for you. One is, I brought some homemade gazpacho.
Wonderful.
I need you to tell me what's missing.
Okay. So you're pretty convinced there's something missing?
I'm convinced there's something missing.
Okay.
Fresh tomatoes, like all fresh. Is it garlic? What's missing?
Salt. Garlic.
Salt?
Lemon.
Lemon.
Parsley.
Parsley.
Cilantro.
Okay.
That's what I would go. Yeah.
All right.
That'll jazz. Maybe a touch of jalapeno.
Oh, see, that's what
a little bit. Just a little bit.
But it's fresh though, right?
Very, very, very fresh. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my second question is, what's with chefs and their knives? Because like I know that they travel with them, right? They like won't leave them at work. They bring them home.
Well, I mean, there's two schools of thought. You know, there is definitely an advantage of having a great chef knife.
And they're expensive.
Yeah, they can be. My chef knife, which we're looking at here in the restaurant, one of the kitchen knives that we use is a simple $15 kitchen knife. Okay. Many people at home think you got to buy the Calphalon pans, the copper line disc, the $80 chef knife. If you're not, you don't buy a sword if you don't know how to use a sword. You can start with something simple. So I recommend getting. I mean, these are available from restaurants. They're $10 or $15. They're wonderful. They last for years in a restaurant setting where you use them every day. But knives are serious. If you like your knives, you can take care of them.
So do you have a set that you like take home and put in a safe? Or do you
I have some real. No, I'm not quite that fanatical. I have some really nice knives. Okay. But to be honest with you, most professional kitchens, when you bring them out, people steal them. Okay. So I don't really bring mine out, to be honest with you. And you really don't always need them. If you have a good knife that you take care of, that's even a decent knife, this is like a steel. Just doing a simple steeling every time you want to sharpen something. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's got a nice, simple.
Scaring me.
No, don't worry.
Now tell me a little bit. I need some restaurant lingo because I have spent some time in the restaurant business, and I remember that 86 we're out of something. So it's like 86 on the lobster.
Right.
What else is there that we might hear in a restaurant setting?
You might hear a lot of curse words.
Okay.
But there's no vernacular for that. Let's see. Up would be like a cocktail without ice. On the fly would be. I need something really fast.
Because like they forgot to put the water in.
Yeah. Somebody says I screwed up. I forgot to order for this. I need this on the fly. I've heard radiation love is one I use, which means give me some like in a microwave.
So now, where in the DC area do DC area, and that's Maryland, Virginia, whatever? Where do chefs go if they want to get like something? Like where do they go to eat?
To eat. Well, there's a lot of great restaurants. I think chefs generally, every chef's going to have their particular favorites. I think anywhere that the food is good quality, is not pretentious, in my opinion, has some soul. And if they have a relationship with the restaurant or the chef, and they know that they can walk in and they'll know them, and they'll have a good, kind of a dinner of
and this
friends.
is like after hours, right? Because everything closes at like midnight. There's a whole after hours scene, right?
There's definitely a late scene. I've seen a lot of chefs in diners. I used to run into McCormick and Schmick chefs that I work with when I was there. That would be a tasty diner in Bethesda. I mean, as opposed to all the bloggers that write that we all go home and fix filet mignon and grilled swordfish with this and that. Most chefs, in my opinion, want to cook as little as possible. Some don't cook at all. It's a shocking thing. But when you're done, you just want to be done. And so luckily we have hopefully spouses that understand that and will sometimes help us out and cook for us at home and that sort of thing.
Or you can eat my.
Or I can have your gazpacho.
Yeah,
we'll just jazz it up a little bit. We'll jazz hands to it. Yeah.
So how did you get on Twitter? Because that's how we met.
I started probably about a year and a half ago, and it's really funny. Yesterday on my day off, I had 4 conversations with software companies and software developers and social media people. So I've gotten pretty ingrained in it. It just was something fun. I've always been a technology lover. I just got started because I saw it was coming up. It was something that was being recognized.
And you're on other social media sites.
I'm on Facebook. I actually do training with a good friend of mine, Steve and Glenn. We do social media training online. We do seminars, Facebook, LinkedIn. I use a lot of them, but I don't really even pursue it. Honestly, I have like 4,200 people that follow me on Twitter. I haven't really even done anything to gain it, to like try to get people. I just talk about what's honest. And I think when you talk about branding, that's the key. Is being transparent and talking about who you are and being honest.
So have you been able to track, the impact that your activity.
Tweeting activity.
Yeah, and being on Facebook.
You know, I'm sure there's opportunities to track it. I'm not so worried about it. I honestly just feel like when I'm here and I see people connect with me and they come in and talk, say, oh, I follow you on Twitter, I follow you, I'm telling you updates on Facebook. You know, I'm not so worried that how many people are coming in, is it worth it? Because I know it's worth it.
So you're not tweeting on your iPhone while you're cooking?
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually it's funny, I sent a picture the other day of our French toast. And as opposed to many restaurant websites that have food photographers come in and, you know, set a plate up for 3 hours and then finally take a picture of it, I like taking pictures of the real food.
Yeah.
And I literally will be cooking and I'll say, man, that looks awesome. Snap a picture, shoot it off to Twitter, and it's there, it's live.
That's awesome.
And I have my iPhone every day with me, so it's amazing.
And the restaurant is Visions.
Visions Restaurant in downtown Bethesda.
In downtown Bethesda, on the Metro. It's very close if you're just visiting DC.
We Mean Business is a cable show that we've started. Steve and Glenn and I are doing a show every week. We tape on Mondays. It airs on Monday night at 6:30 on Channel 16, and also Wednesdays. And it's really a business-focused show. We talk about technology. We talk about social media, brick and mortar businesses. We interview local people that have businesses.
Mom bloggers who are just hack interviewers.
For sure. We talk to everybody, and we try to have them give us tips and give our viewers tips on what ways of using the modern technology to help move their business forward.
Right. And now he promised he would show me how to chop really fast.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. This is last minute, but this is the onion. This is your basic onion. So many people at home, you can figure out how to.
Well, it's not basic because it's red.
Well, it's
a
a
lot
red
of people
onion.
have
Yeah,
never tried a
I
red
guess
onion.
so.
They're
I guess we have
afraid
to
of
scale
color.
back a little bit and figure it out. But it's funny that people that are learning kitchen skills, they kind of get nervous about chopping, and it's like, well, if you hold your knife right, there's really no way to do this. So cut in the middle, right, nice and crisp and clean. And you give it a couple slices this way, right?
Oh, but you're leaving it attached.
Oh yeah, you see that's whole there. So then you give it a little slice down there, right? And then at that point you can just yes, And do you remember the old show Yan Can Cook?
Yeah.
You remember that? Remember the famous thing? He would always chop stuff and he'd like look at the camera and he'd like
yes.
He'd do the Chinese face and he would just laugh. So
all right, so that's a question. Do you watch any cooking shows? Top
every day.
Do you watch the travel?
Like
I love Tony Bourdain.
Yeah, he's of course. Yeah, I definitely do. We actually keep Food Network on here constantly because it's more fun than the news. So I think the lifestyle is a little different from what they show on TV sometimes, but it's fun to get people started.
You don't get to travel around to like
Not
Bangkok.
so much. No. I'd like to get there. I'm ready. I'm trying to get more global every day. So
Mr. Bourdain, you have a
I'm
little
ready for
sidekick anytime.
Yeah, I've got plenty of tattoos and stories too, so we can definitely kick it.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.